because of course we want to get everybody in the mood. So everybody out there should just dance with us.
Yep. Get the vibe.
My name is Ralph Renna with Fuzz of That Fuzzing Rock Show. This is a special Capital Underground face-to-face because I felt guilty. And the reason I felt guilty is because I emailed this girl and I said, hey, you want to come on the show? Let's do a stream. And I'm like, whoa, I never did that. Then I broke my ankle. So Kristen Capolino is here today. Hello.
How you guys doing?
Well, how do you like a theme music?
Very cool. Gets the vibe, the ambiance going on.
Please share. Everybody share.
I have to say, man, you pronounced the name of the show wrong. You said Capital Underground?
No, I said Capolino Underground.
Much better.
I like that.
It's now Capolino Underground because it's a play on words and it works. Like
nice.
Today, like when I posted on Tony Berkeley's page the other day, happy birthday, yo! See?
Oh, look at that.
So
that's good.
So tonight at Paulie's Hotel, you're in town, and this is awesome. Let me get rid of this horrendous music.
Now you hate it? Like,
yeah, now I hate it because you didn't grab your guitar quick enough to solo over it. So
I should have. Yep.
Whew.
See, I should. It's all packed up though, ready to go tonight.
So we have a lot to talk about because there's so many things and ideas that popped in my head. I actually write a few things down. So Kristen Capolino will be performing tonight, and that is happening at Paulie's Hotel. So we'll go back in history in a little bit. Let's start with where you are today. Like tonight, you're going to be performing, and it seems like, and from what I've understood, there's going to be a few different forms of bands. It's going to be you joining different musicians wherever you go and play, and I love this idea. So tonight for the Kristen Capolino band, maybe you should do the honors, or do you want to wait for people to come to the show?
We'll keep it a surprise. It's going to be like really fun, very loose. Just everyone's going to have a great time, and it's going to be really
out there.
cool.
It's public, and it's out there already. So I guess you have to dig around on Facebook for this. Our friend Paulie D will be hosting the show tonight, and let's just put up the information real quick because I'm kind of excited for the whole thing. And I do have a broken ankle, and so I'm not going to be like, I'll be there, because I won't. Yeah. I won't be here. The less I walk on this thing, the less I heal. Yeah, all right. So tonight, Paulie's Hotel. Tonight. Paulie's Hotel. You see that, Fuzz? Happy birthday! There he is.
Oh yeah, it's going to be fun.
It is.
You're such a wordsmith.
So I'm a wordsmith. Capolino Underground and happy birthday. Let's see how many more times I can actually be creative this week. And I have a lot of time on my hands. But tonight, Tony's there with his band Berkstar. Kristen Capolino's there. Paulie D's hosting. I'm saying 7 o'clock. I'm guessing this thing is getting kicked off tonight. Kristen, is that right?
Yeah, from what I know, I think there is another band starting around 6. This is pretty laid back, so it's gonna be pretty laid back.
I didn't see it listed on the flyer.
Like 6,
we're gonna
7.
Drop them in the comments, Fuzz. If we see another band playing that show, see if you can dig that up. Please share the video.
Yeah, it's like really loose, so it's gonna it'll be fun. But from what I know, I think there's like another group that might start before, and then kind of open in a way, I guess. And then we're gonna have fun and start jamming, and yeah, it's gonna be good.
Very good, very good. All right, so I got many stories to tell. I've had the pleasure of actually jamming with you, handing you a Strat and going, come on.
Yes.
And I was just like, just play. Don't worry about it. Just play. And it was magic, and it was cool.
And
it was an honor.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Let's go back. Let's go back, because there's people tuning in now. Let's just talk about, how did this journey begin for you as a musician and to where you're at? So let's start off, when you were a kid.
Well, I was around 5 years old, and my dad got me hooked on Mr. Gary Moore, amazing rock blues guitar player. So much feel, so much heart. And I remember that was back during the VHS days, and I remember he got me hooked on him, and I just kept watching him, and I would kind of play along with his videos, and it'd be, rewind it, play with it, and you just keep trying to figure it out. And I got hooked on him. And then pretty soon after that, I got hooked on Michael Schenker, of UFO, MSG. and
And
Alvin
about
Miller.
how old were you at this time?
Oh, when I first started playing, probably.
Michael Schenker and all
Oh,
that. Like, how old were you when you
um,
started to get turned onto this music that's
I was a
generations and
little bit
generations
older.
before you? Yep.
I'd say I got really hooked around 11 or 12.
Wow.
That's when I really got hooked because that's when I switched to the V. A red Les Paul Studio that
Yep.
I'll always keep. It was like one of my first, real grown up guitars that I got when I was, I think I was, oh boy, 8, I think, something like that. I was pretty young
Yeah,
when I got that for Christmas.
do you feel like, you went from like, because I went from like Barney guitar to a Gibson Les Paul, right?
Yes.
Like even behind me,
Yeah.
this guitar, I just put it up there, just you weren't just kind of looking
Oh,
at
it's
my shoulder.
beautiful. Yeah, yeah.
But it's it's any nylon string guitar, and I think every guitarist, including myself, has written some of the best songs on the nylons. Move over to the electric, even for metal or hard rock or things that we play. Um, my buddy's kid was walking out to the trash with this fucking thing, and I was like,
Oh
"What are you
no.
doing?" He's like, "I'm like, open it up," and they opened it. All the strings were on it. I went plung. It was in tune. I go,
Oh no, that would have been terrible if he
put
just
that in the back
kept
of
it.
my truck right now, and don't you ever throw away a musical instrument without
Yeah.
calling me first. And
Yeah,
please
that
don't
could have
call
been
me.
bad.
Yeah, I said, please don't call me and tell me you're throwing away a musical instrument. So
Yeah.
it wound up on my wall and I still play it. So, but
Oh,
yeah,
that's
so now
awesome.
moving on
Gotta
to a
name him
next.
Oscar.
What are your preferences for guitars? Are they the Gibson Flying V's? Are they a different type? What are your favorite brands?
I'd say Epiphone, Gibson. I love PRS as well. I play my Hamer Telly quite a bit. I mostly play that one at home, honestly. I do a lot of writing and recording with that one, believe it or not. But my main babies are my Epiphones. I have 4 custom Epiphone Vs that Epiphone built for me. So that was very kind of them.
So
So,
what's your relationship
yeah.
with Epiphone? So you kind of have like an endorsement deal with them. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they've been
Yeah.
great. They've been really good to me,
Mhm.
and I love my V's that they built for me. I have my main white V that I play all the time. I call him Epi, and
Yep.
then I have another one that
Epi.
I yeah, I think you'll like the new one. I'm gonna bring the we got a cool little paint job done on that. So wait till you see that.
Nice.
I'm gonna bring that
Nice.
tonight. So yeah, well, actually, you might get to see it in a minute. So
Yeah,
yeah,
actually, in a minute.
actually, I
So
think
you know
you did.
what?
Yeah.
We're there. We're there. So Fuzz, have you seen the new video that she put out, Kristen Capolino, and it's for a track titled Freedom.
Freedom out.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna
Unbelievable.
spin that video right now. Take a break, please. Everybody, share the video and share it. It's just lunchtime's just getting over. It's a weird time for us to be streaming. I don't really do this much anymore. Fuzz, I was like, let's do it. Come on, let's just have fun. So it came together.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So, first of all, seeing a woman in front of a tank was huge. Seeing you do it though was like it was top of the mountain for me because I was like, all right, I've seen her play. We've kind of hung out, we've jammed, so I know. And just to see you there in front of a tank, we'll get the backstory on it. And I really don't want to give away any more spoilers. This is Kristen Capolino. Her latest video is Freedom on Capital Underground Face to Face.
You've been blind for far too long. It is time to open up your eyes now. Your conviction, once so strong. Your up is down, your right is wrong. 24/7, non-stop fear. Common sense has disappeared. Drink the Kool-Aid, that is clear. Just up with rock and roll, the flag and a cold beer. It's all about freedom, no other way to be. Freedom, don't you tread on me. breathe the zombie drug you're on. Reset your mind, all you knew. You are yellow, I'm red, white, and blue. March into the collie beat. You tell me chains set us free. Voices tell you hate is peace. You're on the wrong side of history, 'cause you get so weak. It's all about freedom, no other way to be. Freedom, don't you tread on me. Freedom, no other way to be. Freedom, 'cause without you, we're gonna take our country back. Freedom, always standing tall. Freedom, fight for one and all. Freedom, no other way to be. Freedom, do or die, let's save America. Took the road less traveled. Truth is a lonely place. Good and evil, staring at each other face to face. No matter what, I'll stand my ground, staying true to the values on which this country was found. It's never too late to see the light. Just hold on, gotta hold on.
For words and powerful message and a powerful video. I'm not crying. Fuzz. I'm not crying. I'm not crying, Fuzz. How about you?
That's awesome. That's great.
Let me just say this. That's, first of all, that song is like a roller coaster. It's powerful and heavy, dips down into the blues, and then comes back and smacks you in the face again. So not only okay, you have a person that has a talent that can sing. Then there's a person that has a talent that can play guitar. You mix both of them, and that's insane. Absolutely.
I think,
very
and
much. Thank you.
no disrespect to your vocals or your melody because it's all amazing. But when you hit the solos is really when I heard you scream more of a message through just playing those notes. So man, and so which leads me to nerd talk, guitar
Yes.
tones, because the guitar tones obviously they come from the guitars that we play, and that has a lot to do with it. Are you more of a pedal effects kind of thing? Because it sounds pretty raw dog to me, if you ask me.
So, believe it or not, I recorded that whole song at home. Believe it or not, I used the, and I've been loving that. It's so when I play live, I usually use my giant pedal board that's like the size of a bed, and which I still
Right.
always use. I use my exotic BB Plus. That's my main distortion, and that's I use that with my THD Flexi 50 head. So
Right.
I love that combination with my Eminence speakers. So it's just like that combination. I just love that for live. But at home, that's kind of a little bit. Maybe once I really kind of build, a more, like a vocal booth or something like that. So I ended up trying the Head Rush in 2020. I got it and I ended up loving it. So I started recording a lot of my ideas and stuff like that with that. And so I recorded Freedom, last year. And I was like, wow, this actually works. Why not?
So
I was like, all right.
I remember you were putting out kind of like a tutorial type of video of you recording and playing clips, and you were releasing those because we were all doing. That's how Fuzz and I wound up really hitting this pretty hard because we were bored during the fucking pandemic. So you were kind of doing your own thing musically though too, So guitar tones, message. I mean, it's tough to actually speak out unless it seems to me, because I've never really been a political person. I still am not. And Fuzz and I always refuse to talk politics on this show, but it makes me happy to see that you're not afraid to wave the flag. You're not afraid to paint the fucking thing on your guitar. You're not afraid to say, hey, here's who I am. And I think you're the same kind of person that Fuzz and I are. We're kind of people that may not lean this way or that way, but man, whatever happened to unity and peace, and why can't we just disagree and still be best friends? And that's what this country has lost. And that's why I was happy to see you write that tune. Because I'm kind of in the same predicament myself with the tradition, and I've just written a tune that sings about America in it and the flag, and it's, people might get the wrong idea. It's like, no, what Rodney King, what Rodney, it's two black men said this. Rodney King, he said, why can't we all just get along? And Jimi Hendrix said it, and I believe I saw it in a movie, and Black Panthers were asking Jimi Hendrix to stand up for his people, and Jimmy just looked at them and took a hit off a joint and said, they're all my people. And that's kind of what
awesome.
We need to get back to, is that kind of peace in our world. So cool. You wrote about it. Great. Awesome. Tell us, is there more tunes now? Is there an album that's going to be released with this track on it?
So what we're doing is so I'm going to be doing more music videos this year. So I'm really excited. So they'll be available on my website, KristenCapolino.com. And so we're doing that for now, and doing, more singles rather than an album. Maybe at some point we will do that. But currently, I got a bunch more new songs in the works. So I got a new one I'm working on. It's another fun, heavy one. So but it's been fun. I've been like changing things up a little bit. Like one of my other new ones that I did a music video is called Call You Mine. And that's kind of more of a country rock feel, because I recorded in Nashville a couple years ago. So I think that's still, of course, in there, So
so you're
kind of that influence.
So you definitely got some metal influences, some blues influence, some rock influences, and country. They say country, some of the new country is the new rock and roll. I've heard that.
Yes,
People have been saying that.
absolutely.
And I've been
Yep.
digging in, to some Chris Stapleton, into Lucero and bands like Whiskey Myers, and it just goes on and on and on. Blackberry Smoke. And there's really some Southern roots and some cool stuff happening. So what kind of music are you listening to today? You want to just drop some names and maybe turn us on to some.
Oh, I don't know if I lost you or not.
You
Oh,
didn't
there
lose
you
me.
are. Okay.
I
And
kind
it
of
would
give you
sound like you got cut off. Okay.
when I
Yep.
disappear, we're giving you the spotlight.
Ooh. So, oh boy, I listen to a lot of stuff. It's usually like when I'm working out. So I listen to a lot like Kenny Chesney. I like Justin Moore a lot, Jason Aldean. But then I'll go to, some like kind of heavier stuff. Like if you remember Coed and Cambria, I work out to them a lot. The Chili Peppers, I love them. But then I'll listen to like old R&B stuff like Al Green or something, or I love all that older stuff, or
Fuzz
Blood,
Fuzz
Sweat, and
loves
Tears.
Fuzz loves Al Green. He loves Al Green,
I
and
love all that stuff.
yeah, Fuzz and I met. What was it? 1988, 89, somewhere in there, and we started radio together. But I don't know how he found it, but when I was a child, I started very early with music, and I had my first hit in like 1978 or so.
Come my lady, come my lady, you're my butterfly, sugar, baby. Come my lady, you're my pretty baby, you'll make electric, you make me go crazy.
It's awesome. It's
Awesome. It's become a staple on the show. So yeah, that's one of my. I think that's like my fifth or sixth, seventh, fifth, fourth, fifth or sixth, seventh. I don't know, fourth, fifth grade. I'm gonna guess from.
It's adorable. That's great. That's awesome.
So Fuzz, I don't know if you know this. Just the other day, interviewed Billy Sheehan. So Fuzz, tell us about that experience real quick. And just that's it. Just keep that look on your face. Stop. Don't even say anything. Okay, so that's how excited he was to interview Billy Sheehan, for him to interview Billy. And you built a friendship with some of these guys, including Billy. Let's talk how that all came about, and because you can see the look on Fuzz's face, he's still riding the adrenaline high from the other night.
Oh man, I love Billy. He's a sweetheart, isn't he? He's great.
Yeah, I don't really know him. Fuzz knows him better than me, but go ahead.
Yeah, he's great. So I got to meet him in 2019. Remember when I don't think they're there anymore, Jupiter Hall up in Albany.
I do.
I loved that venue. It was such a cool place. Yep, and we opened for Talus, and it was so much fun. Awesome crowd. It was great, and so we did have it planned that I would sit in with them.
Oh wow!
So we did. I Don't Need No Doctor. I love that song.
Now, so you just met him that night, but would you get management get a hold of him or something, and he checked you out?
Connected.
He's like, hell yeah,
but we never met. Yeah.
Right.
So like, I was a little nervous, and it was cute because he was like kind of shy at first too. It was so cute. We were both like a little shy, right? So he's very like sweet, soft spoken, So, oh man. I can't remember all of them that we did, but I know we did I Don't Need No Doctor. I think we did 2 or 3 other songs, something like that. So we ended up going into this kind of jam thing, right? And it was kind of spontaneous. So everything kind of dropped down, and like I started playing, and suddenly I hear like him starting to add to it, and I look at him, and he's like, and he starts smiling at me, and we just started going back and forth.
It worked, and that's the magic.
We hit it off. Yep.
But you had magic with a legend, David Lee Roth, Mr. Big, Talus, of course, the band you were playing with, and that was rough. They had a hard loss after that show. So, you really fell into line, and which gets me into, I think we all need maybe a pee break or a drink break, but we might as well roll another video because we dug up some footage of you actually playing a show but it wasn't the one at Jupiter Hall. This one was from Daryl's house. How did this one happen?
So this was we'll be doing these again. I cannot wait. So for our Monday Owl shows, every show we would have a different special guest. So we had Bernie Marsden from Whitesnake, and then our latest one in 2019 was Billy Sheehan. So it was just getting better and better. So I can't wait to do those again. And we had such a blast. And
let's set this up a little bit. Let's set this up. the musicians. I'm watching this video this morning. I'm recognizing faces. Can you tell us who the people are in the band playing the other instruments with you before we actually watch it?
So we had Mike Ventimiglia on keys, Winston Roy from Soul Asylum. Then we had Mike Sorrentino on drums. Amazing. I love him. Then Aurelian Budinik, great guitar player. I love him. He's from France, so it's really cool. And then, of course, we had Billy jump in, and we had such a blast. Yeah.
Wow. Did you ever get to meet Daryl Hall?
Not yet. I hope one day.
But
I love Added Touch. That's one of my favorites.
Right, but he hangs at the at the club, right?
I think he comes to that one, but I think there's another one that he has also.
Right. Well,
I think there's
one more question before we roll it. What was the decision maker for you guys to do this? This is just a Billy Sheehan tune, right? That you guys did that kind of you revamped and turned into your own thing. Because I listened to that today too, and it's a little different, a little faster, I think, or I don't remember, but both of them, I'm like, wow, I dig both of these.
Oh, I love it. It's Oblivion by the Winery Dogs.
Okay, it's a Winery Dogs song.
Oh my God, it's amazing. I love this song. This was a challenge. Like I was a little nervous with this one because so normally we'll rehearse, like a day or two before, right? Get some time to be able to run stuff if we need. So it just happened to be that we had to run everything right before the show.
Wow.
I was like, man, all right, here we go. We're just going to do it, and then, we did it. And he was so sweet. He's like,
that's awesome. Kristen Capolino is going to be live tonight at Paulie's Hotel. Happy birthday to Tony Berkeley. You're watching Capolino Underground, that's powered by thatfuzzingrockshow.com, who's sponsored by Hildeberg Meadworks, and Paulie's Hotel was always a longtime sponsor right from the beginning. Thank you to Kip. Thank you to Shane of Capital Underground and CapitalUndergroundRadio.com. So here's that video, man. We're going to sip on this one for a little bit. This gets pretty cool too. So this is live from Daryl's house, and this is Kristen jamming with Billy Sheehan, because that's like, a Wednesday in her life, right? Or is it a Tuesday?
He took
Oh,
I love that
fantastic.
song.
Thank you for honoring our song so well. Thank you. Really
Thank
like
you, dear. I loved it.
So much fun. It was awesome.
What the fuck? Just no, I mean, I'm not even exaggerating though. I
No.
was like, when I heard it all, I got the headphones on full blast now, and you and him were trading off. That's got to be a great feeling being up there jamming with somebody like that.
It
Coming,
was. Oh my gosh.
coming from the hardcore and the punk scene myself, two moments I remember, and I wasn't even a really big fan of this band, but I played with Atreyu, and it was a sold out show, and the singer sat on the side of the stage, just banging his head the whole time, and man, that felt good. Secondly,
awesome.
a huge influence and an old friend of mine, Roger Moret from the band Agnostic Front. Never knew I was in a band because I don't know. I just never talked about it with him. I just went to see them play. I wasn't like, hey, come see my band, Roger, for my tape. I didn't do that with him, maybe with everyone else, but for him, some reason, I just never did that, you know? And him watching my band and just banging his head and be like, wow, dude, I didn't know you had that in you. That was really cool. But to
Oh,
be
that's
on
great.
stage and to be playing instruments, I think is a whole different type of energy. What were you feeling at that moment? Were you like, I can't believe this is happening? Is that one of those moments?
Oh my gosh, yes. That was like
Right.
definitely one of the best moments I've had. Like I was like, it was such an honor to play with him, and it's just like such a rush. Like it goes by so fast. So I'm so glad like
Right.
you can go back and see it and relive it. And it was just so much fun.
Fuzz. Come on, what's your I gotta go take a pee. Take over.
All right. So now, we all know. I mean, Billy Sheehan is just an amazing musician. Everybody on that stage was. It is ridiculous how amazing of a guitar player you are. And I'm not saying that because you're sitting in front of me. It's just your talent is overwhelming. And they say that music gives you like, you get certain feelings with music and stuff. And when it makes the hair stand up on your arms, that means it has a deep connection to you. And that's why I was showing my arm before. My hair was standing up on end, man.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like unbelievable. So do you still do the Mundial shows?
We will be. The craziness these last 2 years kind of, slowed everything up a little bit, but we're getting back into it. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to have two groups. So I'm going to have one down, like, kind of more like in the Long Island area. So I'm so excited. I'm going to have Mike
that's cool.
on drums still. So I'm really
cool.
excited.
Right.
So we're kind of rebuilding down there. And then I'm going to have another group to play up kind of, by you guys and up north. So
Do
it kind of makes more
we see
sense.
maybe a tour happening with you?
We're working at it. Yeah,
You're
we're
still a
definitely be
young
doing
woman.
shows again. So
Still
I
a
cannot
young,
wait.
strong, healthy tank riding woman. And I think that definitely that tank. Now, tell us about the tank in the video from back. I mean, I think we could go on and not bragging, but complimenting you and Billy Sheehan how well you played together and just meeting just a few times. That's pretty awesome.
Thank you.
How did the tank come into the video? Now, going back to the Freedom video we watched earlier on, and if you didn't see it, there's a replay. So, and yeah, how did that idea come in? That was great.
So my friend actually told us.
Right.
My friend Bill Edwards, he's a sweetheart, and we do the. You probably saw them, the Westchester All Stars Christmas for Wounded Veterans concerts. So we would do a Christmas show every year, and they would do like really cool photo shoots and stuff for our veterans. So he ended up using that tank at one point, and he told us about it, and I was like, oh my god, that's perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for this. So we ended up going up there, and we were a little worried maybe someone would have an issue, but it was fine. We didn't get kicked out, so that was good.
You weren't disrespecting it.
No,
yeah,
no,
you weren't.
we
I mean,
tried
you
to
weren't.
be
You weren't
there.
disrespecting it. No, definitely. And you might see, is it right here behind me? See that flag? See that one?
There it is.
Right. So that's one that was presented, and it was really cool because I never knew this was going to happen. My uncle had passed away, and he was a vet, and we were at the funeral, and out of nowhere, these soldiers come in, and they were playing taps. It was cool.
Oh,
We didn't
wow.
expect it. And then they folded up the flag, and then they handed it to my father, and my father handed it to me. And I went and bought that shadow box, and it's been there ever since. So that's all I was thinking through the video was for the vets. There's a lot of vet,
Absolutely. Yep.
a lot of vet respect going on in there.
Absolutely.
KristenCapolino.com, Kristen Capolino on Instagram, and of course on Facebook. And tonight, Paulie's Hotel. So there's some type of opening act. Did we ever find out who's opening the show? Did we ever Fuzz? It looked like Fuzz went to take a pee now. I think he's gone. But Kristen
Yep, we'll
Capolino,
see. Yeah, it's like
you're hitting the
late
stage
night.
around what time?
I believe around 6. I believe.
You're going on that early?
Or well, wait, no, I'm sorry. Let's say I'd say around 7.
Yeah, right. 7, 8
I think
p.m.
I
Right.
think there are some guys playing before us. I think.
Awesome.
I
Awesome. And that's
apologize, I don't know.
Paulie's-hotel.com. Paulie's Hotel on Central Avenue, a longtime sponsor of now Capolino Underground. Thank you. Did we miss anything? I don't think we missed anything, right?
No, I mean, just stay tuned for more new music videos coming, and shows will be starting very soon.
We could go on her and
Yeah.
I and just talk all day, but I
I
feel like
know.
we really had an action-packed home run grand slam slugger of a show, and I'm glad we can make this happen last minute. Don't
Thank
forget,
you for having me.
don't
So
forget,
much
Paulie D is definitely a big motivator and a very big supporter of you. He's hosting tonight too, so I'm sure you're going to see a
Yes.
pretty cool crowd out there at Paulie's Hotel. Kristen, thanks for coming on, and thanks everybody for joining us here for Capital Underground face-to-face pop-up show, and we'll see you all at Paulie's Hotel tonight with Kristen Capolino and Berkstar. Peace.
Oh yeah. Thank you for having me, dear. See you
Yeah.
guys tonight. It's gonna be
Yes.
fun.
Tonight.